just kind of screwed up what I planned on for today. I planned on being on for about 4 hours, and I spent an hour and a half, 2 hours troubleshooting. So hopefully you guys had a good day. We had a great conversation going earlier before the phone started acting up. And thank you for the follow. You guys are just so great earlier before my phone crashed that I wanted to try to log back in, see how everybody's weekend is going. And luckily I don't have to work tomorrow, but now I got to deal. I wanted a day of rest, but now I got to deal with this phone issue. So put on a little warmer shirt. I was cold. Got my heat on up here in Michigan. It was a beautiful day, absolutely perfect, but it got chilly. So do not have to run the air conditioner tonight. That's for sure. And thank you guys so much for joining. It was not a good day the last couple hours. We got Peterson and Adam, a lot of people joining in, and Nina, I think it's Nina. So, yeah, do you guys know how to deal with that when your phone gets hacked? I was a little scared too. I thought my computer got hacked because they give you this warning that they have access to everything. And I started freaking out. And so I'm using both phones on my computer. And all of a sudden, I tried to get into TikTok on my computer. So it started like acting all funky. And I'm like, oh my gosh, they get into my computer too. Because you know how Google like attaches everything, which I hate, but you have to do it like for school and all these different things. And it turned out my phone was just on my keyboard, but it started blinking all over the place. Thought for sure my computer got hacked too. Have you guys ever had that? How do you deal with it? Try doing a factory reset. I'm not sure how exactly to do that. I'm a little worried it'll mess up my social media stuff, and I have no clue. Do you have to cancel your bank stuff? Because luckily I've never downloaded like Google Pay. Just never trusted it. And now you get this thing that I've been hacked into. And I had it, I think it was almost exactly a year ago. They hacked into my bank account. And I've been saving for a house, and they stole all my money. I got a notification from Amazon a few times, but I'm like, with all these scams that are out there, I even, searched Google to see what the Amazon scams were, and they're like, do not open the email. Turns out it was a legitimate warning because they were purchasing. I just never shopped on Amazon, and they took all the money I had saved for my house. And even just today, I sent out my mortgage. I overpay on my mortgage, so I just better not bounce all these checks. Actually, maybe I should pull them out, put them in. So, ladies man, what am I up to? I have my phone hacked, trying to figure out how to fix it. Otherwise, I got to spend my day off getting a new phone. How's my tall drink go out? I'm doing good. So, what about you? You enjoying the holiday? Do you have Monday off? Like I said, I think I gotta go get a new phone because I was scrolling TikTok, all of a sudden something is downloaded. And Sherry, thank you for liking the live. And Pandora, it keeps giving me Pandora, and I don't want it. And I even finally said, fine, I'll download it and delete it, and I'm still having problems. So one of those days. So it says to encourage my viewers to like and share my live. I appreciate all the love and support. Just so you guys know, I only have two things open right now. I have TikTok and YouTube. Decided to skip Facebook because that other phone's not going. Going to be fishing and mountain biking tomorrow. So excited. That'll be nice. So we have people fishing out on our dock today, and it was really nice. They took the boat out, and I got to watch my friend's baby, which is really nice. What are you doing? Are you drawing something? I don't even know what's going on. But yeah, do you know anything about phones? How to fix it? Do I have to buy a new phone? It's about time to buy a new phone, but I'm getting my roof fixed in about 2 weeks. So I'm really trying not to spend any money. I also need new tires. So it's going to be an expensive weekend, but I don't know. So you going freshwater fishing? Do you like to go? Are you a boat fisher person, or how do you like to go fishing? I know they were just off on the dock, and then they took the boat off for a little bit. But we were having a really good discussion. I was hoping to help a little bit more than I was able to. She was talking about a custody battle. It's a grandmother, and she's a little worried. She has 50-50 custody with the mother, but the mother's got some struggles going on. Boating and river. So what's your favorite type of fish? I'm trying to find out. I'm not a big fish eater. So I can see why fishing is fun. I've been ice fishing too. That's only fun when you catch something. The day I went, it was an absolutely beautiful day. It just turned out perfect for ice fishing, but I don't know. It's just a nice sunny day when we went. It was kind of one of those where you used to it being like -17 and then it turns out to be like 36. So the ice is still frozen. It feels so much warmer. And Seamus, hello. Nice to have you joining. And we're just going to open up the conversation to whatever you guys would like to talk about. You like my glasses? Thank you. The pink. I know I just put on a pink shirt. I had a black one on earlier. And Cynthia, that's my name too. Cece and Colin. So, but the connection between mental illness and the spiritual world is something I've really been looking into. Ladies Man says, well, in my neck of the woods, we have trout, bass, catfish, and pike. In my lake, we have yellow pike, bluegill, bass, water snakes. There's 3 snakes that live right by my house. And hi, Savannah. Nice having you joining us. So yeah, fishing's nice though. I don't do the worm. But you like pop music. You want me to sing? You like pop music. I do too, though. I do too. And hi, Wyatt. Good to have you here. Jimmy and Watchman are joining. Watchman, where were you when they were hacking into my phone? My phone doesn't work. I should sing. Somebody else was talking about me starting a fishing type I'm sorry, they were talking about me doing a like video production stuff. But I was going to go out by the lake and talk about other fish in the sea. And then I had to watch a baby. But Queens and Kings song. Oh my goodness. You guys want me to sing? I have my piano right there, my harmonica. I got my microphone. I got this microphone. Well, you guys are probably thinking I'm going to start to sing. What about you? Any plans tomorrow? Well, like I said, my phone, check it out. My phone is acting up. So like I go onto like TikTok or whatever, and it only lasts like a few minutes. Sometimes even just a few seconds. So I'll turn the sound down. But I'll show you. I got this red flag alert. I don't know who he is. It's just what's popping up. And I know I don't know Queens and Kings though. So we're gonna see how long this lasts. We'll give them a little plug. Why not? But you'll see, like I was doing a live and then it kept flipping off. So right now, of course, it's working, but it was every few seconds. And Jeremy is here, and you should. I used to do something called Choir Layers, where it was like a singing and dancing thing. So I used to be in Choir Layers. I was in the church choir, but now my ears pop. So look, this is still working. So sometimes I just hear myself breathe. Like I can sing when my ears don't pop, but it's still going. I thought about voice training again. My sister and I sound a lot alike on the phone, but she is an amazing singer. Why is this still working now? Oh, see there. See how it goes to this Pandora thing? It just flipped. That's about how long it lasts. It lasts like a minute, and then I don't know. And they give you those alerts. We'll try somebody else. I'll give them a plug, and you'll see. And then I'll put it down. But it just lasts for like a minute. But thank you, ladies man. You are a ladies man. All these compliments. And Merlin is here. I'm just showing how long my phone lasts before it something out. But they give you all these alerts. Like if you download this within the next 15 seconds, otherwise your phone is gonna be screwed up. And I don't trust anything anymore. And that's the problem with AI. I've done some videos on AI, how everything is so crazy. And like I said, I just saw that shooting at the state fair. I used to go there all the time. And turns out it was real though, and that happened like 9:53 this evening. So say some prayers for the family. Thank you for the love. So it's just a scary world out there. Still working. No, it's not. Nope. This is another thing. I get this dog walking around. That's another thing that pops up. So yeah, within like 2 minutes, you guys saw that it just did its own thing. I didn't even touch anything. So I don't know how to fix it. I'll just go ahead and shut it off for now. Well, I try. Haha. It is scary nowadays. Really hard. Hey, Jamuel, is that how you say that? That's a cool name. Um, yeah, and I think it's going to get worse. You know, we got the election coming up, and AI is getting pretty good. There's also this guy who had on around the mouth. You could tell a little bit, but um, he had on one of those plastic kind of faces that was realistic, and it was pretty good. Other than the lip thing, and maybe if he moved his mouth different, but everything else looked completely real. And I wouldn't doubt if like famous people put those on so they're not recognized, but you know, I don't know. Body doubles. What do you think of body doubles? You think they're using those in politics? But what do you find is the most scary? Like voiceovers or AI or just the anger and people are out of control. And you're hearing gangs in oh, that's what. Yeah, I'm hearing gangs in Colorado too. Don't know if that's a true statement. Begins with a V, I think. I want to say Valparaiso. That's not it. Um, can't or I can't remember where it is, but okay, this is where the V's coming in. Venezuelan gangs or something like that are overtaking, and I don't know if it's Colorado, but they're talking about like Hell's Angels bikers going out there to take care of business because I guess the gangs overtook two apartment units, buildings. And they were like forcing the people to pay them. And then if they couldn't pay, then they kicked them out and they forcibly probably just charged way too much and got the people out. It's like vigilante stuff. Aurora, does Aurora, Colorado have a lot of problems? I can't remember what else was going on in Aurora a while back. Was it a school shooting maybe? I don't know, but I know that Aurora, Colorado, it was like a year and a half, 2 years ago. I'm not sure, but it's not going to be a pretty turnout. Somebody's going to get hurt, if not several people, and it's like the cops don't even want to go there, you know, and I don't know. Like my degree's in criminal justice. I'm so glad that I did not. I went into juvenile probation for a little bit of time, but I'm glad I'm not a cop. So I actually got hired when I was pregnant, but my ex and I moved across state. So it's probably a blessing in disguise for me. And my ex is a state cop. He got shot at. Like I saw a video of him getting shot at and scary stuff. Heavenly says, hi, Pookie. Hi, Heavenly. Good to have you here. So I am on my extra phone because my phone got a virus or something. Dang it. But at least I got to still log in and say hi to you guys. Mimi was here earlier. I know. I think I need a whole new phone. Oh, hi, Jack. Thank you. Glad to have you here. So yeah, I think tomorrow it's not really what I wanted to spend money on. But Ladies Man says that's what I'm saying. It's a messed up world we live in, especially around election time. You're right. You're right. People seem to go kind of crazy during the elections. Heavenly says, but that's good that you have an extra phone. Yeah, luckily, so I just decided instead of Facebook, I'd talk to you guys. But it is getting out of hand. Like right now, I'm sitting kind of uncomfortable. I don't know what they hacked into. Let me plug this in so it doesn't die. So I don't know. Do I just put all my bills in my mailbox? I was going to send out everything. Now I'm like, do I have to cancel my bank account? And then it's all, like TikTok and YouTube and Facebook are all connected to my bank account. I had to change that. And I don't even know. Um, so it's gonna be a hassle. And that's the thing, like people, whether it's a joke or whatever, like it causes a lot of hassle. And luckily when they took that money through that Amazon thing, my bank did get reimbursed me, but that still took like what was it? It was like, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 weeks. And, it was all the money that I had saved from my house. Thank God I got it back. But I'm supposed to have my roof worked on in 2 weeks. And that's my roof money that is out there. But we're making do. We're enjoying the evening together. And so, ladies, man, have you struggled with people that are like narcissists and being a ladies' man? Sometimes the nice people are the ones that are taken advantage of. And, I also want to talk about, so I was talking about the fish. Okay. Sometimes. So, I was talking about like the fishing video that I wanted to do earlier today before I had to babysit. But, what it was, if you think about it, is let's say I was going to go fishing and I was super, super hungry and didn't want to waste any time. I was very anxious. So I would just eat the first fish that came along. And you know how when you're dating, they say there's other fish in the sea. And so I was thinking about like when you're hungry for love, be really careful that you're not going to just latch onto the first catch of the day, that there's no rush. And the more that we fill ourselves up with love, that we're not going to be as hungry. We're going to be more satisfied in life. We're going to enjoy it. We're going to, be able to spend time with friends. And you don't necessarily have to have a mate to be happy. And, the dating pool, I'm not as crazy and like in the dating pool, but there's so many people that are so hungry. And, there are other things out there and they're so anxious. And it kind of correlates to the mental state, the wholer you are. And that's why I want to talk about like the spiritual thing, because we talk about the body and the mind, and you see that all over YouTube, and very few people talk about the spiritual thing. And, when you're religious, you kind of put faith and trust into an outside entity. And I think a lot of us, we started hyper focusing on somebody. If you've been in a narcissistic relationship, codependent, all those kind of things that you drift away from. It's like a lesson to bring you closer to get that uplifting feeling. And I don't know if you guys are religious, but there's something to it, but the things that we can do, I know some of you aren't religious. There are things that we can do. It's just easier. It's just so much easier. And I think a lot more relationships would last if you add in the spiritual thing. Because right now we are in this overcompensation of they screwed up, get rid of them. And I see all the advice from people, like one was, I'm just kind of, it was almost like I'm just kind of used to my husband. And, it wasn't like that thrill excitement stuff. And there's things that we could do to spice it back up. But, people are just giving up on relationships instead of working on them. There are times you have to leave, but there's a lot of relationships that could be saved. And, I see some of the YouTubers that kind of worry me, that they're a little misleading on some of the advice that they give. Or you must be super educated in it to understand exactly what they mean. So when you take it at face level, or if you're in a hurt state, that you know, there's things we have to look at with the reactive abuse. We got to take accountability on that. And they say it's not your fault. It's not your fault. And the abuse isn't your fault, but how you react to it. We have to take accountability for that. And um, so, ladies, man, have you seen that where they're either like quick to discard? I said something to the ladies yesterday that we need to do better because there's this high value woman thing, and this one lady was saying, I just don't really want to go out with them again. I went out with them, I think, one time. They were talking quite a bit. They went out, and she said he's just not a nice guy. And I don't know what he did. I don't think it was obnoxious, but it could have been. So, if it was extreme, but, to just say, I'm not interested, to at least give the guy the decency to say that, because us women, we complain, like, why'd he ghost us? And people need that closure. And it's a polite thing to do. He invested in you. He might have had hope that it would work out. But there's so much disrespect, and whether he was a narcissist or not a narcissist or not a nice guy, you don't want to exacerbate the situation. You don't want to make somebody hurt even more than they do now. And what I mean by that doesn't mean continue dating them, but to acknowledge. I think everybody deserves acknowledgement. If you start something, put an end to it. Don't just have them like reaching out and being confused. And that's when people go a little bit crazy, so avoid all the craziness. But I'd like to hear what you guys did. I had my nice little lake party with some friends, and tomorrow, looks like I'm getting a phone. But I do have to, I don't want to, I have to make some lesson plans. So no, it won't even be. I was going to say this coming week would be our first full week of school, but I forgot we have Monday off. So I know I'm going to sleep until I wake up. That's my plan. But what kind of, ladies, man, do you think, I know like women are, trying to be empowered, and they're changing the dynamics of the masculine and the feminine. And, there's something to the masculine and feminine energy. And, it's kind of messing with the instincts. The man wants to be, the protector. A lot of times they want to be the provider. And so many women I can do it myself. Or also now that women are working, they're quicker to leave the situation. And I've always respected both traits. Yeah. And there's times that women, we got to step up to the plate and step in our masculine, but I think there's a balance between the two. And I think that we complement each other, and that's what it's meant to be. It's not meant to overpower each other, or I don't know, but as you see, this is what's interesting to me though, as you see women becoming more masculine as far as like dominant traits, that they're also starting to cheat more, and they're more narcissistic women now. I think there's something with the masculine and feminine traits. I kind of want to go back to school and do a PhD dissertation on this, that borderline and narcissism are so close. But it's like they're the same and the opposite at the same time, because borderline has like too much empathy sometimes, to a detriment. And the narcissist, they don't have the empathy, but as there's a shift between the masculine and the feminine, you see more cheating, more narcissism, and more men are being borderline and not as many narcissists. It's kind of tipping the scales. So I think it has something to do with the upbringing. And as time has gone on, we're raising our children more gender neutral. And I think that girls just, we were taught to be the good girls and to be quiet and to we were allowed to cry. The boys had to toughen it up. So boys have more anger issues. Also, you add on the hormones and things like that. But it goes deep, but I think there's something to the masculine and the feminine because um, it it's there's something to it. That's my take. But and Timmy is joining us. I love all the little profile pictures. And ladies, man, is that Felix the cat? Felix the cat, the wonderful, wonderful cat. I can't remember. Is that how it goes? Felix the cat. That was from a long time ago. I love it. I used to watch Felix the Cat back in 1978. And Shaggy is here. Good to have you here. Hi. Nice to have you. What are you doing up so late, honey bunch? Finally, someone who knows Felix. I know we can. Yes, Felix the cat. Is it the wonderful, wonderful cat? Is that how it goes? Shaggy says yes. Oh, kisses. Well, thank you. And live your best life. Oh, what a perfect name. You always get mistaken for Mickey Mouse. No, I just had Mickey Mouse. How I said I had to watch that kid. And I don't mean had because I wanted to. So the mom put on Mickey Mouse, whatever it is. And yeah, and it just played over and over and over again. The kid was so good. That is how the rhyme goes. Man, I remember I was around 8 years old. So I was born in 1970. And I'm trying to remember how much longer it ran after that. Not that much longer, though. I don't know, unless I just didn't see it. Maybe another 2 to 4 years. I don't know. So did you grow up watching it? Do you know what Zips the Big Z are? Who knows what Zips the Big Z? Come on, Zips. Got to get your zips and zips. You know Zips the Big Z? I like talk to people and nobody knows. And what about Mrs. Beasley? Do you know who Mrs. Beasley is? This was fun. I'm a young buck and I even know the difference between the two. Okay. I love it. So what made you pick Felix? What made you pick Felix the cat as your profile? I love hearing about you guys. And Shaggy, there you go. How's that? Berg Styles? Is that how you say that? So yeah, we're gonna have to see what happens. If it's Aurora, Colorado, we're gonna have to see what happens. I don't know. I'm scared. I'm surprised I haven't heard anything though. But watching the TV, I haven't heard anything about the thing at the Michigan State Fairgrounds, maybe because I don't watch local news. But it's almost every day there's something horrible going on. All the other cartoon characters are already taken. There you go. No, I know. It was like, what's this one? You got it before I did. Maybe I would have picked it. And we got a lot of people joining in. But ladies, man, have you watched any of my videos? What brought you to my channel? I'd like to know more because there's so much to say, but nobody knows Felix. I know Felix. You calling me a nobody? I'm just teasing you. Tony is here. And thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. I never was crazy about like Bugs Bunny. We always watched Bugs Bunny. I mean, it's okay, but I liked Felix the cat. That was a good one. And Boris, was that in there too? Now I'm thinking of like Bullwinkle. Where's Boris from? Is Boris from Bullwinkle? I don't know. Honestly, just doom scrolling, but I'm glad you're here too. Yeah, because TikTok and YouTube, they take you down these rabbit holes, and all of a sudden you're like, what am I watching? Hi, user. Nice to have you. But I'll watch your content. Yeah, and I take topic requests, and I did a little cooking show. I kind of did a live where I got ready for the party, did 3 hours of cooking. But most of my content really does try to help people who have been through some narcissistic abuse, whether it's their parents or lovers, or you see the divorce rate, is pretty high. And a lot of things are predictable too. And, statistically, like you can watch things play out. I was there in your TT the time you were baking. Oh, you were in my TikTok when I was baking. Yeah, I've done it twice. So cool. Yeah, it went over great. Everybody loved it. And we just finished off the food today. I made so much food. I gave some away on Saturday. The cake was perfect. I told you I was worried about it with the extra pudding that I put in, but it was nice and moist. And one little girl, she's like, "How'd you do that?" And so I made it like this big secret. Made her pinky swear, and I'm like, "No, double pinky swear." And I told her my secret on how to do it because it was her mom's birthday that we were celebrating. Also, another friend, and so they made a cake just a few days ago. Tuesday, I took her out to dinner, and so we just had another little celebration. Why not, right? But it turned out really cool. And yeah, it's all gone. So, Dustin, good to have you here. And I love these names. Hello, Carpet. And Lack. But yeah, I just wanted to pop in and see how you guys are doing. Mandy is here because I was having a really good conversation. I wish I didn't have to log off when I did earlier because one lady's like scared of losing. Thank you for the like. She's scared of losing custody. And, sometimes people struggle with addictions, and that can be masked as narcissism. And if you take away those kind of things, people a lot of times can be normal. They can have great lives, but so many people fall prey to it. And once you get to a certain point, that addiction sets in. I have a friend right now struggling. He's like 32 years old and dealing with pancreatitis, like terrible, and in and out of the hospital. I'm from Michigan. I am from Michigan. I say pop. Actually, because I travel so much, I say soda pop because I'm like, I don't know where I am. Like when I drive back and forth to Florida or Tennessee, I don't pay attention. Arizona. I almost took a job there. What was the name? Was it Scottsdale? I'm trying to remember. I think it was Scottsdale, Arizona. You hear pop and soda. But I signed the contract, but they couldn't get the paperwork done in time. I'll have to go through my emails. I still got the offer letter and everything, but yeah, I got hired like 2 or 3 weeks before school, and this was probably 5-6 years ago. So I ended up staying in Michigan, and I don't like the winters. I'm not looking forward to that. That's coming up pretty soon. So what is the coldest it gets? Like 50? On average, what would a cold winter day be? Because it gets in the negatives here. Sasquatch, good to have you. You're probably ready for winter out in Arizona. What's the hottest day you guys have had this year? 124. The hottest I've ever felt was in Sacramento, California. It was 117. Grump, nice to have you. User is here. Now, winter is nice now that I'm on the lake. I might do some ice skating videos for you guys. I won't go deep because that still scares me. I used to always build an ice rink in my backyard. And thank you, user. You're so sweet. Thanks for the compliment. You're over the summer. I was just talking today. Us here in Michigan, we do not want summer to end. We are loving summer. So thank you. And yeah, September 2nd. Last year we still had my sister's pool open in October. We do my niece's birthday, and it's kind of nice. My sister heats the pool. We get in the triple digits here. Yeah, it's so much fun. Triple digits is hot, yeah. But it is a drier heat. I will say that. There are times it's so hot. So I'll let you guess and then I'll tell you, asking how old. So you guys can go ahead and guess and then I'll tell you. I told you guys last time, but must have missed that one. So go ahead and guess and then I'll tell you. I want to see what you guys think. Devara is here. Nice to have you. 59. Nope. One more guess. What's the guessing game? How old I am? How old do you think I am? One more guess, user, and I'll tell you. It's so funny. Like some days I look younger, some day. Oh, I like that better. Reverse it. I'm 54. So I am 54. Yeah, you said 59 and 40. Oh, 30 something. User, I think ladies man wins. But you were the closest. You were the closest. No, I'm 54. I just had my birthday last month. Very beautiful 54. Thank you. Yep, I know. But yeah, getting older, that's what's crazy is you probably hear people. I'm feeling old today. Like certain days you have pretty days. Today I was like, oh, because I just changed my shirt too and the coloring and so but I still feel like an 8-year-old. I still love doing like kid stuff and happy belated birthday. Thank you. I don't look at it all. Aw, you're sweet. And whenever it's still young, because my grandfather, he lived till 98 and a half. And I think it has something to do with the COVID thing. Yeah, because it was right after that. But he had a massive gastric bleed and absolutely fine till then. But 98 and a half. So his wife, my grandmother, she lived till 97. And my aunt, she lived, how old was she? She was 97, 98. There's a lot of longevity on both sides of my family. My grandfather on my dad's side, he passed away like 65 from a heart attack. But, my dad, he has so many health issues and leg amputation and diabetes and fingers and toes and pacemaker and on. But he lived till like in his 80s. So, with all those health issues. But thank you. That was hard. But I had COVID at the time that he was passing, and everybody else in the family got to see him. It was nice that my daughter drove up from where she lives, several hours away. And it was nice that he was there long enough to talk to her. And they had a really good conversation, but with Zoom, it was really nice that I could still talk to him. And he was at peace. And yeah, you just got over yours last week. Your parent died last week. It's hard. And I kept working. I didn't take the time off. And my boss is like, you should take some time off. And like I said, I just got over COVID too. So I ended up taking, I think, what was it? There's something with like some holidays or something too. So I had like a 2-day work week and a half day. And then, COVID or the flu. Okay. Was it harsh? I know I had a friend who had, what strain was it? The flirt strain. Kind of wonder why they called it that. She said it was pretty bad. But my sister's a nurse practitioner and people aren't getting as bad at COVID, which that part's at least good. Because that's no joke. I know when that first happened, people weren't believing it. But I have family from East Michigan and it hadn't really hit West Michigan yet. And I had a cousin that passed from it and everybody's like, no, it's fine. And they're doing those COVID parties and, not too smart. That first thing was terrible, but kind of wishing certain things would go back to what they used to be. How many kids do I have? I have one. I have a daughter and 2 grandkids. You hear that a lot. Yeah. So it'd be nice, to have the 24-hour stores. I miss that. I don't like shopping during the day. kind of a night owl, which I got to break that habit now that we're back at school. But it was always nice. You could just get in and out. And user, thank you so much. You're so many compliments. It's so nice. You too. I know. And restaurant too. Like a lot of, when you travel, like everything's closed. I can't tell you how many times I've gotten off exits and closed. And I don't know. What do you guys think? Because technically they still have to pay the stock boys and they have to pay this and they have to pay that, the lights and everything. Night owl yourself. Okay. Yeah. And I wonder, I've always been like that. I'm miserable during the day, like between 2 and 4 o'clock. I just get so quiet. And I know my ex used to always be like, "What's wrong?" I'm like, I'm totally fine. I'm just quiet because I'm usually kind of animated and boisterous. And then I'm like, no, I'm just my quiet time. I just get quiet. Do you have a quiet time? So it's like people want you to always be so animated. But like if you're doing something, I'll still be animated. But if it's just 2 o'clock and, like, I don't know. And David is here. Nice to have everybody. We're trying to get to 10,000 followers. I'm behind schedule on that. Ladies Man says I used to be an early worm, but I don't know what happened. Oh, interesting. I've never been an early worm ever. I know I had mono when I was in 10th grade, and I really struggled with staying awake. I used to skip school just to come home and go to sleep. So, yeah. You need to work on that. I know. Because I need to too. I definitely need to go to bed earlier, but not tonight. Tonight I'm staying up. It's already 2:16, but you're in Arizona. Is that midnight or is that 11 o'clock? I think half the year are you, you guys don't change. Is that how it is? User loser. Midnight. Yes. Okay. Yeah, I know. So I just need to start going to bed earlier. I'll tell you what, the last couple of days I've been sleeping really good. And probably because just now thinking of it, I turned my air conditioner on. And I had this nice heavy blanket. Have you ever tried a weighted blanket? I had a friend give me one. Those are so nice. They're fantastic. They're, I don't know. I've always liked where I had like tons of heavy comforters on me, but this I just have a comforter and that weighted blanket and just kind of hold you in place. But it's kind of hard on my shoulders. I think I kind of tore my rotator cuffs. Like, I don't know. So don't get one that's too heavy. But yummy gummy bear. When I was teaching elementary, do you know the Gummy Bear song? We had to do the Gummy Bear song all the time. I'm trying to remember how it goes. Yeah, just the gummy. Gotta love it. Does anybody have any favorite memories from childhood? And hello, Laverne Lansing, you're back. Did you hear about the Michigan State Fairgrounds this evening? Be careful. It was a like isolated incident, but there was a shooting there, and they had such mass panic. The entire fair was just running all over the place. They thought it was an active shooter, and you talk about like the trickle down effects of trauma. These are some of it. People reacted because of all this trauma that's going on, and with like generational trauma, you can see certain things make sense how they fall into play. But with all those active type of things happening, that people are more hypervigilant. They're not going out, or even the dating world. I was watching CNN and they were saying like how few people are dating now and or having relationships because it's a scary world out there. it's real hard to trust people. And, with narcissism on the rise, there's more liars out there. And, who do you trust? And it's difficult. So it is facts. Um, it is scary. Yeah. And I tried dating again. Thank you, Laverne, for liking the live. Feel free to hit that. And Missy is here. And Missy Little Joe. That's a cute name. I like that. Thank you for liking the live. But with the generational trauma, to stop it, sometimes, I see all these like parents that have been estranged from their children. And, like I said, sometimes there's misunderstandings and things that could be worked on. But I don't know, some relationships really are toxic. And then also people that are in the toxic relationships are in denial of how dangerous they are. I talk about my friend that was killed by her husband, still waiting on that trial, but and then you mix in any like drugs and alcohol. And am I single? Yes, I am single. Yes, I am. I am single. What about you? But even meeting people, even just meeting like a female friend, it's hard. uh don't be suspicious. I won't be sus. As a Pringle. Single as a Pringle. So you're delicious. What was I gonna say? Oh, but I've been pretty lucky. Like the school I'm working at now is such a nice place to work, and made some really good friends there. So I'm very happy with that. It's weird. It's a whole different vibe at that school. It's like family. It really is. So you say I leave that for you to decide. Depends on the flavor. We got user back. William is here. We got lots of, for whatever reason, my channel attracts a lot of King C for yourself. And Johnny is here. A lot of Williams in the channel. I don't know why. Williams and Bill and Warren is here. Vincent and Blue of Black. Tell me the story between Blue of Black and Antonio. So they're so quiet though. You guys just want me to entertain you. But what I'm hoping for is that, we develop the community and where we're here for each other. And when people come back to the channel, it's really cool. We got Laverne from Lansing and not too far away from me. We had people earlier in the chat, and then my phone freaked out. I'm still sad about that. I'm really nervous. Does anybody know about my bank account information? Is that at risk at all? It's just a high and by nowadays. Yep. And people blow people off all the time. There's a lot of that, a lot of ghosting, a lot of blowing off. I had that get together on Saturday. A lot of people don't even RSVP, so I wasn't sure how much food to make. And, I'm willing to spend what needs to be spent, but a lot of wasted money when you're trying to do something nice for people. And, even like weddings and stuff like that costs a lot of money, and people either blow it off. They don't show, like the bride and groom probably doesn't mind paying for your meal, but then you blow it off and you just cost them like $50 for no reason. And, things come up. I get it, but the respect is way down. Definitely a lot less respect between people. I see it in the schools, and entitlement is up, lack of communication. And I'm worried about this self-love thing, because we do need self-love, but I think people are taking it to the extreme. I just had a friend post about you can do what you want. It doesn't matter if it hurts anybody's feelings. And There's a fine line in that. Uh, you don't need to be controlled by other people, but there's times like with the empathy. So self-love, yes, we do need self-love, but I really like the way this one autistic man uh, talked about it. And he was saying, self-love is important, but don't take it to the extreme where the growth doesn't happen. So, you know, um, we're meant to continually grow, and there are growths that we need in relationships too, that people are like, that's just the way I am. And to survive in this world, we can't all just be how we are. There's times we have to kind of filter our words. We can't just say, well, that's just me, I just am outspoken. There's times that you have to have that empathy that goes with the self-love. Love yourself and then love others. But, we have to know who we are. Somebody calls us stupid or whatever, that we know that we're not. Or, there are times there's some growth too, and, you know, how they talk about the narcissist, like constantly calling us too sensitive. There comes a time that they knock you down, that you are too sensitive, and to almost you can't function or you can't communicate. Love yourself first, then the others. Mwah. I agree. Because it is true, though. It is true. Like when you do truly love yourself, and believe in yourself, and encourage yourself to not give up. Life has a lot of ups and downs. Temple Meadows, nice to have you here. Because, people come and go, whether it's the end of a relationship or through a death. We're always going to be with ourselves. And so we have to learn not to be codependent. A lot of relationships go that way. So, that's why good communication, help each other with knowing what the finances. William is here. And, some people separate jobs, but to have like a true partnership and open communication. And Jordan joined us. And just even, taking yourself on a date. Some of us get lonely or bored. A lot of depression and things happen when you're bored. You start feeling isolated. There's things that we do to ourselves that self-isolate or don't break us out of this cycle. With the trauma bonding and the ruminating, and, you have to go through like a pretty rough period. But there comes a time when, I hope that my viewers realize it's time, that we're tired of crying or tired of wondering or tired of researching, that, instead of our focus on the other person, that, we try to just better ourselves, like, because with the Ellie is here, that's my mom's name. She spells it the exact same way you do. That's cool. You don't see it spelled that way often. And Dennis is here, sitting on a wood chair, not comfortable right now. Andrew Papas, Nick Unlimited, and Tony Mac. But some of the things, just taking care of our body, our mind, being proactive, if you feel like it was really sad too. There's like a Facebook site about women seeking friends, and how many people don't even have one friend, and it's nice having family as backup, especially if you have siblings. But so many families are falling apart that people are, replacing that with social media, and, communication is starting to get worse. But it is 2:30 in the morning, and you see it too? Yep. And I was even at school, and I was asking the kids, about calling their friends, and only one kid said that they talked to their friend for about 15 minutes. And all the others said 2 to 4 hours on social media, just scrolling. So, I remember, my gosh, I was like on the phone for hours or fighting my brother for the phone. And uh, kids don't even talk to each other, unless I'm teaching, then they talk. No. Actually, they don't even really talk in class. But my kids are English as second language. They're very respectful. I think part of that's cultural. The other is, you know, um, the different languages. How do they say what they want to say? We got one girl, she's so cute. She'll just start talking in Swahili and just going off, and she is so like animated and loud, and she's the only one that speaks Swahili. But I pretend like, oh yeah, or I was just saying that. So it's kind of fun, but and any of you that have studied different languages, I used to dream in different languages, and I would actually like stop my dream and conjugate. I'm like, nope, that verb needs to be conjugated this way. It was weird. What language is Swahili? It's kind of like an African language. So, yep, she's from we had the Congo and Tanzania. So yeah, Jumbo. Hello. So my students are Swahili, Burmese, Arabic. I think the Thailand girl went back. And then Spanish, French, Swahili, Gali. I don't even know some of the languages they are. And Scooter Pilot. I used to take Spanish, but kind of lost interest, but thinking about getting back into it. If you do it, Duolingo, I really enjoy Duolingo. It's kind of like a game. So if you used to take Spanish, it helps brush it up. And you'll kind of like go through the stages real quick. It'll come right back to you. And I know it's neat being able to communicate with people. But guys, it is 2:30, and oh, you used to do ASL? That's cool. You speaking or? I did too. I have actually one of my YouTube channels is sign language. So, yep, very cool. American Sign Language. And John Hancock, I'd like to see your signature. Many moons ago. LOL. I know. They used to laugh at me. I did, what was it, The World or something? World or Community? I can't remember. I think it's World. But I would like move my hips, and they were laughing at me when I did it. We had to stand up in front of the class. You're just supposed to move your hands. But I was all like, that was fun. But you know what was crazy is, how they say that your senses will compensate. So if you go blind, your ears are going to hear better. And hi, Hillary. But when I was taking American Sign Language in our second and third semester, we were not allowed to talk at all. The teacher didn't talk. We didn't talk. Absolute silence. And so she's doing her sign language, and we're like we're still learning. So we're really intent on what does that mean. It actually hurt. My ears hurt. It was 1 or 2, maybe that might have been an hour and a half class. I think it was 2 1.5-hour classes, and we had 45-minute break. So I think like it hurt. It literally hurt your eardrums. Not the ear, but your eardrums actually hurt. It was almost like they were straining to hear. So ladies, man, when you did ASL, did you study it? Were you to be quiet? Because it was not just like I could sit in a quiet home. A soul survivor, Aretha Franklin. What about Aretha Franklin? Does she sing A Soul Survivor? I don't know that if she does. But soul survivor, like our soul and overcoming traumatic experiences and just persevering. Does Aretha Franklin sing that? Is there a song? I know. That's what I was thinking about, changing my name because of that, because I did a soul survivor. But I think people sometimes just type in soul survivor, so they miss out. and then a soul survivor. They also get like there's other souls there, survivor songs. I had the sign language for dummies book. Oh, okay. The what was the name of it? Ah, I have it. It's upstairs. It's a brown book. Trying to remember the name. It's the best sign language book. Dang it. It's upstairs. I bought like a lot of sign language books, but that one was really good. Love to Sign. I can't remember what it is. It's a brown book with like a hand. Bob versus the world. Are you winning, Bob? Do I remember? Oh, Hey 19. Yes, I do. Steely Dan rocks. Most definitely. Hey 19. Good song. I know. I was listening to like 80s music yesterday and brought back a lot of memories. Steely Dan, though, I'm trying to remember. Was she like 70s or 80s? I know exactly. Jennifer is here. But I used to even like Blondie. You call me. Looking back, and Sheena Easton. Michael Jackson, I think, was talented, though. I really think he was talented. We had like Culture Club and Madonna and Boy George and Milli Vanilli. Brings back a lot of memories. I'm a freak just joined. Robert is here. So yeah, languages, if you don't use them, you can lose them real quick. But talking about the dreams though in different languages, I know my mother, like she's from the Netherlands, and every now and then she'll still dream in Dutch. And like studying of the brain is amazing. Some people only dream in black and white, some dream in color. I've dreamt in both. Some people, I'd like to ask you guys, have you ever had a dream? Most of my dreams are where just like now, how you have your body and you have your vision going outwards and you see everything and you interact. But have you ever watched like yourself interacting? So not just your eyes looking at everything, immersed in it. Have you ever been on the outside looking at your dream that way? Do you know what I'm trying to say? Mine are usually looking as if I'm in my body, but insomnia are us. What time is it for you? It is 2:30 a.m. here. And I don't know what time insomnia are us. Usually forget your dreams. Yeah. The lyrics go, she don't remember Aretha Franklin, Soul Survivor. Are you serious? I don't remember that. Really? I'll have to look that up. Is that from Hey 19? I will look that up. I'm the type I know like half the words to the song. Interesting. I'll have to look that up. And Chad is here. But I am going to log off for the night. It was nice having you guys here. Sorry, I'm tired. Right. Seattle, it's now 11:37. They're making me do a puzzle piece. Hold on, guys. Oh, live will end and we've detected inactivity. Why? Oh, okay. Okay. They give me this little warning. Did it go? Unable to verify. I got to do this little, I'm doing it left-handed. There we go. I don't know why they do that. They make you, I think they do it so you don't like fall asleep and have people watch you. There we go. Does it block out for you guys when it does that? It makes me do this little puzzle piece. Ladies, man, well, mama, I'm a pounce for now. Hope you have a great night, morning. Take care. Adios. Adios, amigos. So yeah, I'm going to log off too. Thanks so much for joining. Thank you for the likes and feel free to subscribe and follow, but see you soon. Thanks so much. Have a good night, guys. And thank you, ladies.